If your wages had grown like productivity, your life would look very different today. You wouldn't be earning a little more. You wouldn't be 10% better off. You would be making nearly twice as much for the same work. Let that sink in. Your parents bought a house on one income, one job, one paycheck, and somehow they made it work. Now look at you, 2 incomes, sometimes 3 jobs, and you're still barely breathing financially. Rent keeps rising. Gas keeps climbing. Groceries feel like a luxury. Healthcare feels impossible. Saving money sounds ridiculous. Buying a home sounds like a fantasy. So what changed? Did Americans suddenly get lazy? Did people forget how to work hard? Or did something else change quietly, without warning? Something no one told you? Something no teacher explained? Something no politician likes to admit? So what really happened? Was it you? Or was it the system? And the worst part hasn't even started yet. The dream they sold you. From the time you were young, you were taught one simple rule: work hard, and everything will be fine. Show up on time, do what you're told, and stay in line. Go to school, get good grades, get into college, get a degree, and then life is supposed to begin. They told you college was a ticket to the middle class, a ticket out of struggle, and a ticket to a better life. But for millions of Americans, college did not open doors. It opened bills, interest, and years of payments that never seemed to end. You didn't graduate into opportunity, you graduated into debt. And the degree you worked for does not guarantee the salary you were promised. It doesn't guarantee stability, and it definitely does not guarantee freedom. They said education was the ladder, but nobody told you the ladder was getting shorter while the wall was getting higher. Wages didn't die, they were held down. They tell you wages are growing and everything is getting better, but they never show you the whole picture. America became more productive. Factories made more, offices produced more, and workers did more. But while productivity went up, wages stayed almost exactly where they were. Line after line, the charts separate. One goes up, the other goes flat. Corporate profits exploded, CEO pay soared, bonuses multiplied, and stock prices climbed into the sky. But worker pay barely moved. It's not that America stopped making money, it's that the money stopped coming to you. They didn't break the system, they redesigned it. The numbers that disguise the truth, they show you averages, neat charts, and data that looks clean and comforting. Median income is up, they say, but your life doesn't feel richer, it feels tighter. Because your paycheck is only half the story. Rent doesn't care about averages, healthcare doesn't care about statistics, and tuition doesn't care about graphs. All they care about is how much you owe. They say inflation is under control, but your grocery bill doesn't agree. Your insurance bill doesn't agree, and your landlord definitely doesn't agree. Life costs more even when your income barely changes. And this is how the illusion works. Your numbers rise slowly, while your costs rise fast. So on paper, you're doing fine, but in real life, you're falling behind. And here is the truth they never taught you. You weren't lazy, you didn't fail, you were outpaced on purpose. The debt economy. Working for your past. Every month, your paycheck comes in, and every month it disappears. Not into your future, not into your savings, but into your past. Mortgage, student loans, and credit cards. 3 decisions. 1 lifetime of payments. You're not working for tomorrow, you're working for yesterday. Your paycheck never really reaches you. It stops at your past decisions. The money is already gone before you even touch it. Interest eats first. Banks eat second. You come last. Debt tells you where you can live, what job you can take, and how long you'll work. You don't feel trapped, but you are. Insurance, the silent killer of the middle class. You pay every month for something you hope you never use. Health insurance, car insurance, and home insurance. 3 words, but endless fear. The price goes up while the coverage goes down. You pay more and get less. 1 accident, 1 illness, or 1 disaster, and everything you built can vanish. Not because you were irresponsible or reckless, but because you were 1 bill away from collapse. Insurance isn't safety anymore. It's ransom. pay or risk everything. Rent, the black hole. Your income goes up slowly, maybe 3% if you're lucky. Your rent goes up fast, 10%, 15%, sometimes more. Every raise gets swallowed. No equity, no ownership, and no future. Just survival. You're not building a life, you're buying time. And time is expensive. You try to save, you cut coffee, you skip vacations, and you delay dreams. And still, the hole grows. Because you can't save your way out of a system designed to drain you. The Great Divide. Some people are not just surviving, they're winning. And they're not winning because they work harder. They're winning because they own things other people work for. There are two Americas now. One owns assets, and the other earns wages. One makes money while sleeping, while the other works just to stay alive. If you own stocks, property, or businesses, your wealth grows even when you rest. If you work for a paycheck, your income stops the moment you do. This isn't about effort, it's about position, and position decides everything. The richest Americans don't worry about hourly pay, they worry about market movements. When prices rise, they get richer, and when you struggle, they barely notice. And then there's the information gap. Some people are taught how money grows, while others are taught how to work forever. One group learns about assets, while the other learns about survival. And by the time you realize this, the gap is already massive. Automation and outsourcing machines don't get tired, don't complain, and don't ask for raises. A robot never gets sick, never takes a day off, and never joins a union. So companies choose efficiency, they choose speed, and they choose profit. If a machine can do your job cheaper, it will replace you. And if a worker overseas can do your job for less, your company will find them. Not because they hate you, but because it's more profitable. Loyalty doesn't survive spreadsheets. The vampire economy. At the top, there is a whole class of people who don't really work at all. They don't build, produce, or serve. They move money, and the money makes more money. They lend, they trade, and they speculate. And every movement takes a little from you. They don't work for wages, they work for movement. When money moves, they win. And when people struggle, they collect. This is not an economy built on labor. It's an economy built on extraction, where wealth feeds on effort like a vampire feeds on blood. And now you finally see it. Some people are richer because you work, not despite your struggle, but because of it. Stop playing defense. At some point, you have to stop living just to pay bills, because surviving is not the same as living. Paying off last month so you can enter next month is not a life, it's a loop. You were trained to be careful, to be safe, and to be small. But in a system this aggressive, playing defense guarantees one thing: you'll lose slowly. So you have to change the game. Learn how money actually works, not the version they give you in school, but the version they use at the top. Learn how assets grow, how cash flows, and how money moves without your hands. And stop thinking like an employee only. Start thinking like an owner. Stack income, because one paycheck is too fragile. One job is a single point of failure in an economy designed to break you. Rewrite your strategy. The old plan was simple. Get a job, stay there, and retire. That plan is dead. The new plan is flexible. It moves, and it adapts. Build income on the side while you keep the main job. Build skills that multiply your value, not ones that trap you in place. Do work that scales, not work that only trades hours for money. Don't live on wages alone, because wages break and systems survive. You don't need to quit tomorrow, you need to start today. Small steps beat no steps. Final message: they raised you to survive, not to escape, and that part is on you. Not on your boss, not on your family, and not on the economy. On you deciding that this ends here, that your life is not a subscription to stress, that you were not born to just break even, and that you don't exist to keep someone else rich. You exist to build something of your own, something that lasts, and something that frees you.